Waking up early in the morning is a routine the residents of Kalingalinga compound in Munali constituency have to endure against their will, but for the aspiration of beating the long queues. The residents of this community continue to complain over erratic water supply, leaving people to wonder if the Lusaka Water and Supply and Sanitation is meeting recommended hours of supply.
Sometimes one day once manzi mwamine yanaendera ni last week na manje kulipe manzi.
The Water Supply and Sanitation Act number 28 of 1997 requires water supply and sanitation service providers to ensure efficient, affordable and sustainable services within their service areas. In addition, National Water Supply and Sanitation Council requires water and sanitation service providers to guarantee their customers a certain undefined level of service for a specified price in a service level guarantee, thus ensuring value for money. The service level guarantee are scrutinized and approved by NWASCO and are required to be displayed at all customer service points for public and customer reference. Peter Mtale, Chief Inspector at National Water Supply and Sanitation Council, explains.
For Lusaka City is 21 hours. But for Lusaka City it's very interesting. Some areas, if you go to like Kamwala area, Kavata area, they are on 24-hour supply. And the number of peri-urban areas also, they are on 24-hour supply. But others are quite low. But the average of guaranteed comes to 21 hours. So they're not meeting all the townships. If you go to Baulen, you go to Vudi, you go to Kamanga, we still have problems. If you go to, like, for instance, places like, I can give an example of Rockfield, Chandamali. The upper parts, they are still not supplying what they're supposed to supply. But we have also issued a directive that they should be able to quickly up to what they have guaranteed. So it's not all the areas where they're meeting the guarantees, but other areas are even exceeding what has been guaranteed.
I spoke to Lusaka Water Supply and Sanitation Acting Public Relations Manager Ahongola Mundia Sato to find out if they are honoring the service level guarantees.
In normal times, away from shutdowns, the average supply time is 18.6 hours per day, with quite a number of areas receiving water supply 24 hours per day. However, during failures and faults, the company is forced to ration water since some facilities will be unable to run at full capacity. In such cases, as well as in the dry season, the company faces challenges in meeting the supply hours as stipulated in our service level guarantee. So generally, we have been meeting the supply hours stipulated in our service level guarantee, and at times we have even surpassed the supply hours. And in fact, in future, we plan on increasing our supply hours to about 21 hours per day by way of investing in more sources of water.
But Zambia Water Sanitation Engineering and Allied Workers Union Secretary General Moses Mwale has defended the utility by attributing their inefficiencies to a limited resources envelope in most cases.
I think critically you wouldn't blame these managements in the water sector because they are trying their best. That's why as a union we call upon the government to intervene by supporting these budgets, because you also realize that the nature of work that is done in the water sector is labor intensive in terms of network expansion and other works that are undertaken. I think because of the way the structures have been developed in the towns. So service delivery, I think there is an improvement.
But what action does NWASCO take if a water utility company fails to honor the service level guarantees?
That we give them a timeline, because we know that some of the issues, it's not fully their own making. As I've mentioned, you'll find that Lusaka has got about 130 boreholes, as an example. Of course, you're looking at the whole country, but in this case, Lusaka, they have put prepaid meters, ZESCO. So now, if, for instance, they have guaranteed 21 hours, and you find that they're providing 18 hours. You have to ask them questions. Why are you doing this? Then they'll tell, look, the cost of electricity has gone up, the tariff has not been increased to match this. So we're trying to rationalize. So if such an issue comes, then we also need to use your common sense as a regulator and say, okay, how do we deal with this issue? Do we penalize them or do we give them a chance to do that? But where we see that actually it's just negligence, there are penalties.